Does everybody have this paper?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're following along with our teacher to complete the table analysis. What does analysis mean? Observation. Do you see the word analyze? Analyze just means to observe, to make notes, to look at things. Okay? So we're going to do the exact same thing that we just did in our notes, but we're going to do it in a different table, and we're kind of going to do it. You're going to do it, I'm going to do it, and then we'll compare. So right now, the first thing you need to do is check for the, yes, thank you. Okay, right now you're going to check for the delta y. So over here, put the little delta sign, the triangle, and put y. Over here on the outside, put the delta sign and the x. So we're going to first find the delta, or the change, in y. So how is y changing? Plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, plus, I heard 14. Anybody else get 14? What? How are y'all getting 14? I was giving y'all an option to change your mind. Plus 9. Does everybody know how we got 9? Okay, so the change, the delta of y. Now over here, find the delta of x. So let's find the change in x. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 3. Good. Everybody good on finding the delta, finding the change? Yes. Sean, you're good on finding the change? Okay. So let's look. And it says to find the rate of change. Look at your notes that we just did. How do you find the rate of change? What do you do? Yeah, it tells you right here, delta of y over delta of x. So let's take the first one. Now let's see if we can fill in this missing number. If this is 33, what do you think this is? It's got to be plus 3. So 0 plus 3. Now, if it goes to 0, 0, that means it might be what? Proportional. Might be proportional. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so let's look. Find the rate of change. So the delta of y, so the first delta is 3 over what? 1. The second delta is what? 3 over 1. The third one? 3 over 1. Now the very last one is what?
9 over 1.
So one of them is different. Is that okay?
No.
Thank you, Mark. Did y'all hear what he said? It's different, but if you simplify it, is it going to be equal?
Yeah.
Yes. So our rate of change is going to be what? 3 over 1. Is everybody okay on how to find that rate of change? Okay. So now let's look at the ratio of k. The ratio is k equals yx. This is the constant of proportionality. Remember, constant is the k. And that will be on your formula chart for STAR, so you will not have to have that memorized. Constant is k. So now we're just looking at the ratios of y and k. So when we do this one, are we looking at these numbers out here? No, now we're just looking inside your graph. Okay, so your very first y is 3 over 1. My next y is, my next y, 9 over 3. Okay, why would 3 over 9 be wrong? Yes, you guys switch your order. Okay, 6 over 2 right here. We're looking at our actual table. 12 over 4, 21 over 7. Now all of these ratios look different. All of them look different, but you can do what? Simplify. So 6 halves, can that equal 3 1? 9 thirds, can that equal 3 1? So could all of these equal 3 1? Yes. So listen to this. This is where you have to know. This function can now be identified as constant because we have a constant rate of change. And it's also going to be what? proportional. Now, underneath constant, you need to note that it is linear. If it is constant, that means it's linear. That means if I was to graph it, it would make a straight line. There would be no ups, downs. Brendan, you got all this written down? Okay. Everybody okay on the first graph? Okay. Let's try one that's different. Okay, number 2. First thing I want to look at is the delta. So the delta is the change. I'm going to put my delta over here so I remember. How is 7 to 9 changing? Plus 2. 9 to 11. 11 to 13. And 13 to 19. Okay, go ahead and find the delta of x real quick. Everybody find delta of x.
Did you say you could type in and get an answer key from that machine?
You just label it the exact same time.
Okay. I told you. Remember when I threw all that stuff away?
Okay, so delta of x is what? Plus 1. Plus 1. Plus 3. Okay, so for the rate of change, I'm looking at delta y. My first delta of y is 2. My delta of x is 1. Okay, it's the same, it's the same, it's the same. Where is it different? At the bottom. So the bottom, the delta is 6 over 3. Now again, I can use cross products to check this, or I can simplify. Does it really matter which one you do? No. Okay. I've been doing simplifying, so I'm going to do cross products just to show y'all. So if I use cross products, 1 times 6 is 2 times 3 is. Do you think these have the same rate of change? So the rate of change would be 2 over 1. Now let's go back. Up here, if I'm subtracting 2 each time, what should this number be? You don't know how to subtract 2? What? I heard all kinds of crazy answers. Subtract 2 and you get 5. Is this going to go through 0, 0? No. So that means that it's what? Okay, so let's look. Right here, we already figured out that there is a constant rate, so I'm going to say that it's constant. And if it's constant, that also means that it's linear. Okay. Now over here, I need to look at my ratios. So now I'm ignoring the delta. I don't care about delta anymore. I just want to look at the ratios. So let's look at the ratios. My first ratio is going to be what? 7 over 1. The next one is what? 9 over 2. Uh-oh. What are you noticing? They don't simplify. They're not equivalent. It doesn't go through 0, 0. So this means it's what? Not or non-proportional. Does everyone understand why it's not proportional? It does not go through 0, 0. And then all of these ratios are not equivalent. Okay? Now on the back, you're going to do 3 of these by yourself. Everybody look. You're going to show your work. What's the outside called? Delta. Okay? It asks you for the rate of change. You have to figure it out. It asks you, is there a constant rate of change? You need to circle yes or no. It wants to know the constant of proportionality. It wants to know if they're equal. And then right here, it says circle 1 on each line. Does everybody see this? So if it is not linear, then you're going to circle what word? Non-linear. If it is not constant, you're going to circle. And if it's not proportional, you're going to circle. So every line, you're going to circle one or the other. Everybody know what we're doing? Okay, you have notes. You have the front side. Use that to complete the rest.